Hi, Alexander.
Hello, Frederick.
Nice to meet you.
Good to have you here on board.
Thank you very much. You know me, I'm the new head of channel for Sensolus.
Yes, I heard about you.
Yes.
And I hope you also know me. So I'm Alex from our Munich office in Schleißheim.
Nice to meet you.
Happy to have you here.
Thank you very much for having us. Maybe start off with a quick question, because I'd like to understand how you perceive our collaboration with Sensolus and what does it make a good collaboration with Sensolus?
For me, from my really daily working experience, it's really like I'm talking to colleagues.
Yes.
It doesn't feel like we have separate companies, but it's one team focused on bringing the best value for our customers. So whenever I have a question, I can always reach out to anybody from our German team.
Yes.
And then it's like talking to a colleague.
I'm glad we got this good collaboration going on. Just out of curiosity, if you look at our collaboration, could you actually let us know which value we're bringing to a customer and where our collaboration made a substantial difference for a customer?
I think the biggest value is that we are two experts, both coming from a different field. We as Alps, we are experts in creating and producing industry-level hardware, and you as Sensolus, you are the experts in the platform, in the software solution, in the algorithms, and this is why I think it's a perfect match. So usually the customer has a mix of problems and challenges. Some are hardware related, some are software related.
Agree.
And with both of our expertise, we can always come up with a solution quickly. And I think that's what makes it so valuable for us working with you.
Exactly, it's like a powerful end-to-end solution, right? From a market perspective, when you look at it, could you also share like a customer, let's say, success story where we as a team made a difference?
Yes, again, we have, for example, one of my best customers. They are in production, in construction to be more precise, and together with you and our customer, we had also some learnings with our GPS trackers, and out of these learnings we came up with a new generation of GPS trackers, which now fully replace the old ones, and they are so much more robust and so much more reliable, faster, better battery lifetime, everything. So it's been a great asset together with you to come up to develop this new generation of GPS trackers, which are now full out in the market.
That's a fantastic story. Now that we're actually discussing products, what does the roadmap have for us? What does it entail? Can you please elaborate a bit on where we're going to make the difference future-wise?
So based on our experience with the new generation of GPS trackers, of course, we make them even better. By one feature will be to make them smaller.
Oh yeah.
Which will be then the HT Mini.
How convenient.
Which has the same features like his big brothers.
Yes.
But of course much smaller. You can even cut off the holders to make it even more smaller. We also have starting this year the HT ATEX, which is applicable for special chemical environments, with able to go into even zone 1.
Okay.
The HT Aero is allowed for in-flight use, so if you have some flight shipping, this of course now is possible with the new HT Aero.
Very good.
And so we continually improve our products to add more and more use cases.
Okay, happy to hear that. And how does our collaboration then towards the future will even bring on more business? Could you tell us about the future? How do you see it? Working together with Sensolus, where we're going to make that difference?
Yes, like I said in the beginning, we combine our expertise. So whenever there's a software, every customer is unique. But usually whatever problem or challenge they have is a combination of hardware and software.
Yes.
And then so we can both quickly working together, come up with a working solution for our customers. So I think that's a strong point of our relationship.
And maybe also one thing that we differentiate on is the platform, where of course we can take a sneak peek later on.
Yes, we should take a look at the platform.
Very
also.
good.
There are some great new features we want to show you.
Exactly.
So let's go there.
Yes.
Okay. So as mentioned, let's have a look at some of the new features of the platform.
Love to.
Frederick, please take over. What can you show us?
Well, actually, Alexander, what's interesting to understand is that, as you mentioned, our collaboration, where you, of course, deliver the hardware, we create, of course, the seamless integration into our platform. This is, for instance, a nice shot of our platform where we are showing how it works, because all of that data together needs to become an actionable insight for a customer, because that translates into real business value. As a matter of fact, we can also, because what we see here today is an overview of an entire supply chain. If we want to go down to a granular level, we can even look into a more detailed view and see more actionable insights, for instance, on an asset level. One of them, for instance, is being a jig. If I click on it, there's already a lot of business value in this view, where you can actually see where a jig is, what it does, and what their status is. Because, for instance, some of them require maintenance. And as a manufacturer, as a user, it's always interesting to understand, do I need to do something with it, yes or no? And this is basically how we make it work. We translate the data into actionable insights. And that, as a company, based on your hardware, is how we provide value to the market.
That's pretty cool. So this is one jig, and what about that one, for example?
Oh yes. So if we look a bit further, like you said, we just saw one jig, and we also see where it comes from, what its journey is, what the itinerary is exactly. That's where you get to see more information, even if it went through a specific point of interest. That is interesting for a customer to understand. Did it actually fulfill the process as foreseen? And that is how we exactly make it work.
That's pretty cool. Even I can understand this view. So
very good. I'm happy to hear
really,
that.
I love it.
Okay. Well, anyhow, thanks a lot for the time, Alexander. I really appreciate it. I really look forward to working more closely with you. So thank you very much for everything.
Thank you for coming.
Likewise. Thanks for having us. Hope to see you soon.
Same here.